All right. So today we're going to be diving into this concept of a student making $10,000 a month.
Okay.
The source material we're using for this deep dive is a pretty popular YouTube video by Aman Gadzi.
Right.
And he claims to have kind of cracked the code on making money online. And a lot of people see that and think, oh, another get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to cut through that and see if there's anything of value here.
It is pretty tempting, though. I mean, especially as a student, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You're like juggling classes. You might have a part-time job. You're
Uh,
seeing all these like success stories all over social media.
right.
So wanting financial freedom like that is totally understandable.
Totally.
But it is important to like separate that hype from reality.
Yeah, and that's actually how Godzi starts out his video. He calls out that get rich quick myth right away.
Interesting.
He even mentions trading, which is often seen as like, oh, you can make a ton of money trading. It's so easy. Right. But he actually calls that out as like a potential trap.
Wow.
And he stresses that instead of chasing these like quick wins, that you need to focus on building something that's sustainable.
Like a real business.
Yeah, a real business, something that's going to last.
Yeah. For you, I think the big thing to consider is like, why are those pitches so appealing in the first place?
Right.
Is it just that desire for quick reward, or are you feeling some pressure from your peers?
Yeah.
Maybe you just lack experience with business in general.
Yeah, all of those are huge factors, I think.
Absolutely.
And it ties in really well with Judy's analogy of finding the right vehicle. Yeah, so he compares it to like you're on this entrepreneurial journey and you need to find the right vehicle to get you where you want to go. And he stresses that the model that you choose, whether you're doing e-commerce or affiliate marketing or, whatever it is, it needs to be a good fit for you for your skills. Yeah.
For your resources and even your risk tolerance.
Yeah, that's interesting. And what stands out to me is Gadzi made his first $10,000 a month when he was 17.
Yeah.
So he's speaking from a place of experience.
Oh, yeah. He's not just some, guru who's never actually done this.
Yeah, definitely not.
He's actually built these businesses.
Exactly.
And one of the things he talks about is e-commerce.
Okay.
And a lot of people see e-commerce and they think, oh, wow, that's like...
It's the dream.
Yeah, it's the dream. It's super glamorous from the outside.
Right.
But he doesn't sugarcoat it.
Good.
He actually talks about the challenges.
Okay, so what does he say?
He talks about the high reinvestment needs, and how much capital gets tied up in inventory.
I see.
And he even gives this great example about velvet packaging that he used for his eyewear brand.
Huh. Interesting.
And it sounds like such a small detail, right?
Yeah, like who cares?
But it was actually a huge chunk of his expenses.
Oh, wow. Okay. And it just highlights how many hidden costs there are in e-commerce.
That a lot of people don't think about.
They just see the fancy product online.
Exactly. You see these unboxing videos and they're showcasing a product.
Right.
But they're also showcasing a ton of financial decisions.
Yeah.
And the question is, are those decisions sustainable?
Exactly. Are they going to work in the long run?
Exactly.
And if e-commerce isn't the right fit, Gadzi suggests exploring service-based businesses.
Okay, so instead of selling products, you're selling your services.
Yeah, and he doesn't just say go offer service, He highlights two key elements.
Okay, listening.
High perceived value.
Okay.
And high leverage.
High leverage. So like, what does that mean?
So high perceived value means that the service that you're offering, it has to be so valuable to your target customer that they're willing to pay a premium for it.
So you're not racing to the bottom with price. You're offering something that they can't get anywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then also, high leverage means figuring out how to scale those services.
Okay.
So it's not just trading your time for money.
Right.
It's about building systems or building a team.
Okay.
So that you can reach more people and make a bigger impact.
Interesting. So does this make you rethink how you view service work at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like instead of thinking about, punch of the clock, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Could you turn your skills and your knowledge into something high value?
Exactly.
That you can actually leverage to make a real impact.
And to actually make good money.
And to make good money.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's definitely a mindset shift.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a shift in the way you think about things.
Definitely.
And speaking of shifts, Gadzi talks about this concept of time.
Oh, interesting.
And how important it is. And he really pushes back against that that whole like instant success mentality that we see so much of these days.
Oh, absolutely. Especially on social media.
Especially on social media, yeah.
Like everyone's an overnight success.
Right. And he stresses that, you know, building a sustainable business, it takes time.
Like it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight.
Right. Like those overnight successes that you hear about.
Yeah.
There's usually years of work behind it.
Yeah, tons of work that you don't see.
Exactly. And struggle and failures.
Yeah. Yeah.
He mentions it. It took him 3 years.
3 years.
To reach that $10,000 a month.
Wow. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
Especially in today's world where we're used to getting everything so quickly.
Right. You want it and you want it now.
Exactly.
But remember, you're listening to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Because you value in-depth knowledge and understanding.
Yeah, we're willing to go deep on these topics.
Exactly. And you're willing to invest the time to get the full picture.
Right.
And building a business is kind of similar.
Oh, for sure.
It requires that willingness to dive deep, to learn, to experiment, and to keep going, even when things get tough.
And that's why we're exploring this topic. We want to make sure we're investing our time wisely.
Right, not wasting it on get-rich-quick schemes.
Yeah, and 3 years might seem like a long time. But if you're building something that has the potential to last a lifetime, maybe it's not such a bad investment.
Right. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Like instead of focusing on the short term, what do you want your life to look like in 5, 10, 20 years?
Right. Long game.
Exactly. And what foundation do you need to build today to get there?
I love that. That's a great way to think about it.
And that leads perfectly into Gadsby's next point.
Okay.
He says the real challenge isn't hitting that $10,000 a month mark.
Okay.
It's staying there.
Interesting.
And continuing to grow. Because it's one thing to achieve a financial milestone.
Right.
But it's another thing to maintain it.
And to build on it.
Exactly. It's no longer about chasing a number.
Yeah.
It's about creating a sustainable system.
A system that works.
That works long term.
Right.
And he introduces this concept of a financial baseline.
Oh, yeah. I love this concept.
So think of it as the income level.
Okay.
Below which you would start to feel uncomfortable.
Like something's wrong.
Yeah, like something's off.
Okay.
It's not just about covering expenses.
Right.
It's about having that buffer.
Like that sense of security.
Yeah, that sense of security and freedom where you can take risks and pursue opportunities without constantly stressing about money.
It's such an important concept.
So I want you to think for a moment.
Yeah.
What's your financial baseline?
Yeah.
What level of income would give you that stability and freedom?
That's a good question.
Knowing that can be incredibly powerful because it helps you set goals and make decisions that align with your long-term vision.
It's something we don't often talk about.
No, we don't.
We focus so much on reaching a specific target.
Yeah.
But what happens after you hit that target?
Right.
How do you avoid complacency?
Yeah. How do you keep growing?
How do you keep pushing forward?
And that's where Gadsby's comparison of new money versus old money comes in.
Oh, yeah. That's a fascinating concept.
He argues that instead of acting like someone who suddenly struck it rich and might blow it all just as quickly,
right,
we should learn from those who've built and maintained wealth over generations.
Okay, so like the old money families.
Exactly. It's not about being snobby.
Right.
It's about understanding the principles of financial sustainability.
The principles that have stood the test of time.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We talked about debunking that get-rich-quick myth, finding the right business model, the importance of patience and long-term thinking, and even establishing that financial baseline.
And we've explored how achieving a goal, like making $10,000 a month, can lead to a deeper mindset shift.
It's not just about the money.
No, it's not.
It's about the confidence, the freedom, the opportunities that come with financial stability that allow you to pursue your passions and make a real impact. It really is about like leveling up your whole life.
Right. It's not just about the money.
So let's wrap this up.
Okay.
With a final thought, something for you, the listener, to think about. Yeah. If you are mentoring a student on this journey to $10,000 a month, what's the one piece of advice you would give that goes beyond the financial stuff?
That's a great question. I think I would emphasize the power of resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah. Because building a business, especially while you're studying, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. And there will be setbacks.
Yeah.
There will be moments of doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Times when you just want to give up.
I know. I've been there.
Yeah, but it's that ability to bounce back, to learn from your mistakes, to keep pushing forward even when it's tough.
It's so important.
That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't.
It's that grit.
That determination.
Yeah, that mindset.
So much of it is mindset, isn't it?
It really is. It's about believing in yourself and your vision.
Even when things get tough.
Even when things get messy.
Yeah, and you know, it's important to remember you're not alone on this journey.
You're not.
Find mentors.
Yes.
Connect with other entrepreneurs.
Especially other students who are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Build a support system.
Right. People who get it.
Who can help you navigate the ups and downs.
Celebrate the wins together.
Exactly.
Learn from each other.
And commiserate when things are tough.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
It does.
So to sum it all up, Gadsby makes a compelling argument that making $10,000 a month as a student is achievable.
It's possible.
It's possible, but it takes work.
It does.
It takes planning.
Choosing the right business model.
Yeah, finding the right vehicle.
Investing the time and effort.
Right.
And focusing on long-term growth.
Long-term growth.
Not those quick wins.
Not the quick wins.
Okay.
But ultimately, it comes down to mindset.
It does.
Believing in yourself.
Fair.
Developing that resilience.
Yeah, that grit.
Overcoming obstacles.
And surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah, building that support system.
And don't forget. To celebrate those small victories along the way.
Oh, that's so important.
Every step forward is a win.
Absolutely.
No matter how small.
You're capable of more than you think.
You are.
Keep exploring. Keep pushing your boundaries.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll be the one sharing your success story on a future deep dive.
That's the goal.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.